Hey guys, welcome back to the channel McNallie Money, your home of all things stock, investment, and personal finance related. In today's video, we've got a super interesting company for you by the name of ECD Automotive Designs. They're focused on creating aftermarket designs or custom automotive designs for Land Rover products here in the United States. There's a lot going on at this organization. We're going to uncover that in today's video. They are also coming out with earnings, which we're going to talk about in today's session as well. So a lot to go through. Before we do, please take a second, hit the like button, you guys. Big help to myself and the channel. If you're not already subscribed, McNallie Money, feel free to join and let us know in the comment section below what you think of ECD Designs, if you're currently holding shares, and if you potentially have one of these vehicles. Now, with that being said, let's get into today's video. Okay guys, so that's right. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at ECD Automotive Design Incorporated, trades on the NASDAQ in the United States under the ticker ECDA. And as you can see in the live after hours ticker, tremendous price action on ECD based on earnings that just came out tonight, which we're going to dissect in today's video. So during regular trading on Monday, August 19th, the company was up just shy of 4%. They closed just under $1.10 US. They're now trading in excess of $1.35 to $1.40. Prior to filming, I actually saw them up as high as 40% in after hours, again following very impressive earnings, which we're going to look at next in the video. Now, for those of you who are unfamiliar with ECD Automotive Design, this company is essentially involved in the production and sale of customized, or what they call one-of-one, Land Rover vehicles in the United States. But in addition to that, they also provide repair or upgrade services, extended warranties, really giving Land Rover owners a unique opportunity to upgrade, restore, purchase, or replace a variety of different makes and models under the Land Rover banner. Now, their facility is a new world-class 100,000 square foot state-of-the-art facility. They've got 3 streamlined production lines, allowing them to finish up to 100, as I mentioned earlier, one-of-one vehicles a year. Custom vehicles go in one end of the facility and out the other as they move through different stages of development on this internal service line. And similar to an actual car manufacturing plant, they've got engine installation, paint, upholstery, layout, storage, and a variety of different enhancement stations for these vehicles within their facility. Now, in order to give you an understanding of what types of models are available through ECD, I wanted to quickly look at some of the visuals available on their website. You can see definitely a higher end product here, with models really starting in about the $150,000 US price point, but extremely interesting vehicles. And again, one-of-one custom cars that you're not going to see driving around the road, with some extremely interesting designs ranging back to some of the first models available from Land Rover. Now, I mentioned ECD just came out with earnings, which we're going to look at next up in the presentation. But on August 12th, they also came out with a big announcement in relation to securing funding for additional growth initiatives, specifically $2 million that was secured from existing stakeholders to accelerate growth initiatives in their recently acquired Ford Mustang and Toyota FJ product lines. And interestingly enough, if we take a look on the prior slide, you can see one of the Toyota FJs pictured here, which represents a great growth opportunity for ECD and the types of models that they're available to offer to their clients. Now, Scott Wallace, who's the founder and CEO, goes on to say, "We're excited to secure this funding with supportive investors as we collectively see the untapped potential of the classic luxury rest-a-mod industry. With a disciplined capital allocation strategy, we believe we can continue to add new revenue channels and increase the overall capacity utilization within our 100,000 square foot manufacturing facility, which we just looked at on the prior slide." Now, moving on to the main event here, you guys, if you look at the news and press release section of the corporate website, I'll leave this linked in the video description below if you want to go in and take a closer look for yourself. You can see ECD Auto Design reports second quarter 2024 financial results, revenue increasing an impressive triple digits, 129% to a record $8.9 million, meaning in Q2 of this year, they maintained a strong gross margin while more than doubling revenue and driving an adjusted EBITDA of $400,000. Now, on top of that, the company has reaffirmed full year 2024 guidance of $33 million. And if you scroll down into the company highlights, You can see in Q2 of last year, they came in at 3.9 million compared to 8.9 million this year. So an increase of $5 million driven by increased volume, higher average selling prices, and an increase in the used vehicle sales versus a year ago. So definitely some macro tailwinds for this organization. Their gross profit increased significantly to 2.2 million in the second quarter, which is actually $1 million higher than it was in terms of Q2 last year. Gross margin came in flat year over year at just shy of 32%. And you can see in the bottom note here, subsequent to quarter end, the classic Toyota FJs were added into the company's product lineup, which we just looked at on the website and read about in that press release. So definitely an exciting time for ECD Automotive Design and management here, who goes on to say, EDC continued to see strong growth as we push through our ambitious plans to be the preferred partner in the classic luxury automotive market. Progress along our growth plan was evidenced by our 129% increase in revenues to a record 8.9 million and strong gross margins of 31.8% during the second quarter, which is among the industry leaders like Ferrari and other luxury auto brands. So again, an extremely impressive quarter, which is exactly why we're seeing that big rally in share price after hours. And anytime you're comparing yourself to the likes of Ferrari in your earnings report, you're definitely doing something right. So with that being said, I now wanted to jump into the investor presentation, give you guys a little bit more behind the scenes or under the hood look, if you will, pun intended, at this automotive design company. You can see a decade of outstanding growth due to exceptional capital allocation, with a compound annual growth rate in terms of revenue of 17% from 2018 to 2023. In terms of actual pricing, you're looking at a compound annual growth rate of 19%. And again, an industry-leading gross profit in excess of 30%, as we just saw in the Q2 earnings. Now, if you look at their historical revenue and margins, there's that impressive compound annual growth rate we just talked about. Their $33 million top line estimate or guidance they just reaffirmed in their Q2 statements. And that exciting jump, which they're estimating in 2024, up to 10.4 million in terms of gross margin. So here's a great look at the last 4 quarters, which again demonstrates the appetite and demand for these products. And then some additional information about these 3 production lines, along with the number of units that they're able to process, and a cap table on the right showing a breakdown of the shares held within ECD and the strong insider holdership from the founders. Now, we talked a little bit earlier about some of the exceptional unit economics, as it's known, for these vehicles. You can see they compare to some of the other most notable automotive brands in the world, including Ferrari, Porsche, Tesla, and GM, with the gross profit per unit listed in the middle and some additional notes in terms of where that margin actually comes from. And in the case of ECD, that's going to be created through their quality and customized manufacturing and upgrading processes within that state-of-the-art plant. And this is a great example of some of those various different levels of upgrades compared to the base vehicle model. Now, in addition to their focus on Land Rover, as we saw in that recent press release, they are looking to expand into new verticals. So they actually made a recent acquisition of brand new muscle car. This is going to meaningfully expand the total addressable market of ECD, really getting out of that overlanding off-road 4x4 culture into the classic car culture. They're on track to deliver production in the second half of this year. And on top of that, they've also got that licensing agreement through Black Dog Traders to produce branded Toyota FJ SUVs and further expand into that addressable market. Now, the final slide I wanted to leave you guys with is just the total addressable market within the classic car ecosystem. You can see sitting at $15 billion. With a variety of different spokes, if you will, including manufacturing, lifestyle, financial services, supply chain, and market channels. ECD is uniquely positioned to take advantage of this opportunity. They've expanded their product lines. They have a new state-of-the-art facility. They've just posted one of their most successful quarters in company history, not to mention record revenue. So for those reasons, you guys, I'd be super curious to hear your thoughts on ECD Automotive Design, specifically if you own or have driven one of these vehicles, if you're currently holding shares, and if you have any thoughts, questions, or concerns about their Q2 results. Now, with that being said, if you're still watching the video at this point, hopefully you found some value, so make sure you smash the like button, you guys. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, McNallie Money, feel free to join. We just crossed the 35,000 subscriber milestone. We'd love to have you as part of the community. And finally, thanks so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you here tomorrow.